Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm doing another round of 5-star predictions. I have 6 books on this list that I am really hoping are going to be 5 stars, and if you've seen my previous follow-ups, sometimes I do a really good job and sometimes I don't. So let's get started. First book that I have is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I honestly don't actually know what this is about, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it and a lot of people seem to love it. For the most part, excluding the finale to this trilogy, but I've heard the first 2 books are really good. Maybe I should actually see what it's about. All right, so it seems that a high schooler has been killed by her boyfriend, and 5 years later, another teenager is trying to put the pieces together. It involves murder. I really don't need to know much else. The next book is one that I'm very late on. This is a book that Rachel has recommended plenty of times, as well as one of my friends from middle school. So I'm hoping that I really enjoy it, and I made the smart decision and only bought the first book in the trilogy, even though it is completely published, but it's Furyborn. So from my understanding, we are following 2 characters in this one, and we're going back and forth between perspectives, but we don't necessarily know who is who. One of them is supposed to be the Sun Queen and the other is supposedly evil or something like that. Maybe I got it wrong. Again, I don't ever read synopses and I should probably prepare a little better for these videos, but whatever. It's been highly recommended by 2 people that I trust, so I hope that I like it. The next book, believe it or not, is a romance. So I read the first book in this, I guess, duology potential to become a series later down the line, and I really enjoyed it. It was also my first book by this author. So this one is First Love Take 2 by Sajni Patel. This is the second book in the Trouble with Hating You series. There are 4 friends altogether in this series. Leah in the first book, I absolutely loved her. This is one of her closest friends, Preeti, who is a doctor. And this is sort of a second chance romance. However, I believe the issue here is that Preeti is Indian and her ex-boyfriend, potential love interest, is not. So they're kind of navigating that situation. This will be my second read by Sajni Patel, and this book was gifted to me by Nat over at Nerdy Nat Reads, so I'm really excited to read it because I really hope that I'm gonna like it as much as I enjoyed the first one. Next, we have The Final Strife. This book has been making its rounds and a lot of people seem to love it. Book 2 is coming out later this year, so I'm really hoping that if I like this one, I will read the next one. I'm hoping to buddy read this with Robin pretty soon. This is the first book in an adult fantasy trilogy, I believe, where this empire has a caste system based off of the color of people's blood. I am really interested to see what the hype is about. I do believe that it is going to live up to the hype. I have very high expectations, and I think that this is the one that I will be most upset if it is not a 5-star read. This next book is one that I wasn't originally sure if I would be interested in. However, I've heard from a few people whose opinions I trust that they did really enjoy it. So the next book on this list is The Bone Shard Daughter. So I am a little skeptical about this one, and I've been skeptical about ones in the past and still enjoyed them. So I'm hoping that this turns out to be one of those. This book was gifted to me by Robin for Christmas, and I do think that I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know what it's about. I think there's some sort of bone magic or something. Bone shard magic. I'm very intrigued by magic systems and the creativity of them, so I think that if anything, I'll at least be pulled in by that. I typically only do 5-star predictions with books that I own. However, I have an anticipated release this year that I fully expect to be a 5-star read because the first book surprised me, and that is Heavenly Tyrant. This is the second book in the Iron Widow series by Jiren J. Zhao. I was not expecting to enjoy Iron Widow as much as I did, so I am fully expecting that Heavenly Tyrant is going to be just as good, if not better. In book 1, we are following Wu Zetian, who decides to enlist in the army to kill the pilot who murdered her sister. This military system has male pilots who take concubine pilots, and essentially what they do is drain the life from the women that they are paired with. Zetian is not standing for that, and she knows that she's probably gonna die, but she's hell-bent on getting revenge for her older sister. So she goes and she actually does manage to kill the pilot, becoming an Iron Widow. That is not what the government expected and not something that they want to promote. So they decide to pair her with another pilot who is known as their most violent and controversial. And we follow her story from there. I love this book so much. I will be rereading Iron Widow before Heavenly Tyrant comes out, and I already have Heavenly Tyrant pre-ordered, so fingers crossed that this is a 5-star read, because I will be upset if it isn't. So those are all the books on my most recent 5-star prediction list. Let me know if you have read any of these or if they are on your TBR, if you too are looking forward to Heavenly Tyrant. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.